Released records related to the deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa on Tuesday, including police body camera footage from inside the home, photographs of the scene, and a lengthy investigation report detailing some of the last emails and internet searches by Arakawa. Arakawa died in February of hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, a rare rodent-borne disease that can lead to a range of symptoms that include flu-like illness, headaches, dizziness, and severe respiratory distress, investigators have said. Hackman is believed to have died about a week later of heart disease with complications from Alzheimer's disease. The partially mummified remains of Hackman, 95, and Arakawa, 65, were found in their Santa Fe home on February 26, when maintenance and security workers arrived at the house and alerted police. Photos, hours of footage, and other documents were made public on April 15 after a recent court order that mandated any depictions of the deceased couple would be blocked from view. Authorities said additional records, including dashboard camera footage, could be released at a later date. The redacted Santa Fe police body camera footage showed investigators working inside the home as they tried to piece together what happened to the couple. Investigators found one of Arakawa's German shepherds guarding her body outside the bathroom door. An officer noted that the dog seems pretty friendly, but another warned that the dog had growled at an officer as they tried to approach the bathroom. The footage also showed officers discovering the body of Zinna, an Australian Kelpie, who was deceased in a crate. The dog had been recovering from gallbladder and spleen surgery. Zinna likely died from dehydration and starvation, according to a report from a veterinary lab. Officers then walked to the other side of the house where Hackman was found dead. Two totally separate areas of the house, an officer remarked. It's strange, another officer responded. The footage showed them going through rooms of the home and finding nothing out of the ordinary and no signs of forced entry. The investigators also can be seen counting money that was found around the home and looking at the prescription medication on the bathroom counter as one of the couple's dogs barked in the background. An environmental assessment of the property by state health personnel found rodent feces in 3 garages and 2 smaller guest homes, along with live traps on the property. There was no evidence of rodent activity inside the home. According to the lengthy investigation report, a review of Arakawa's computer showed she was actively researching medical conditions related to COVID-19 and flu-like symptoms between February 8 and the morning of February 12. The searches included questions about whether COVID-19 could cause dizziness or nosebleeds. She also ordered oxygen canisters from Amazon for respiratory support. This data suggests that Betsy was actively researching medical conditions related to COVID-19 and flu-like symptoms in the days leading up to her death, the report stated. In an email with her massage therapist Katia Van Horn on February 11, Arakawa wrote, "So G woke up today with flu or cold-like symptoms, did a COVID test negative. But out of an abundance of caution, I should cancel my appointment tomorrow and rebook, say, in a couple of weeks, last week of February if something is available." Arakawa's search history also showed a query for a concierge medical service in Santa Fe the morning of February 12. A review of her phone records by investigators showed she had a call with the service that lasted less than 2 minutes and missed a return call later that afternoon. Investigators reviewed a call history to the home phone along with voicemails and security footage from stores that Arakawa had visited on February 11th. In a police interview with Hackman's 2 daughters, they said he didn't know how to operate a cell phone and could not send emails, according to the New York Times. They said that they were aware Hackman had memory issues, a report by Santa Fe County DT Joel Cano stated, according to the outlet. They recalled that on January 30, 2024, Gene had to be reminded 3 times that it was his birthday, he wrote. In a press release published on April 15, The Santa Fe County explained their decision to release the public records concerning the deaths of Hackman and Arakawa. The New Mexico Inspection of Public Records Act, or IPRA, placed the county in a difficult position, explained Gregory S. Schaffer, county manager. On the one hand, we deeply understand the family's need for privacy during this painful time. On the other, the county has a duty to follow the law and faced potential lawsuits, damages and attorney's fees under IPRA if we withheld the records. In March, a New Mexico court granted a temporary restraining order against the release of certain records related to the investigation into the deaths. The order was in response to a request by Julia Peters, a representative for their estate. She urged in a motion filed earlier in March that the court seal records in the case to protect the family's right to privacy and grief under the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Peters emphasized the possibly shocking nature of photographs and video in the investigation, and the potential for their dissemination by the media. But the county asked the court for guidance that would both honor the family's core wishes and shield our community from potential liability under IPRA, according to the press release. Our statutory and fiduciary responsibility to taxpayers requires us to find compassionate and workable solutions that respect both public transparency requirements and a grieving family's dignity, Santa Fe County Sheriff Aiden Mendoza said. In the press release, the Board of County Commissioners and the Santa Fe County Sheriff also extended their heartfelt appreciation to the first responders who handled this devastating situation with exceptional care and professionalism, especially under intense media attention.
Breaking news.
We offer our sincere condolences to the Hackman family in their time of loss, and will fully respect the First Judicial District Court's preliminary injunction, the press release added. The request to seal the records originally noted that the couple placed a significant value on their privacy and took affirmative, vigilant steps to safeguard their privacy over their lifetime, including after they moved to Santa Fe and Hackman retired. The personal representative seeks to continue to preserve the privacy of the Hackmans following their tragic death, and support the family's constitutional right to remembrance and desire to grieve in peace, the document stated. On March 25, authorities released body camera footage from outside the Hackman home. Officers were seen arriving at the scene for the first time, and speaking with two maintenance workers who alerted authorities after discovering a body lying face down through a window. "Something is not right, something is not right," one of the workers said to officers in the footage. "My concern is a carbon monoxide issue," an officer said after looking through the window of the home. Authorities soon determined there were no leaks that could have been fatal, further fueling a mystery that captured the public's attention.
Breaking news.
Then we kept walking, and I seen something laying there. All of a sudden to see that, both of them, bro, it's... Sorry, one of the maintenance workers said, fighting back tears. The body cam video also shared the moment that officers called Hackman's daughter Elizabeth to deliver the heartbreaking news of her father's death. "I'm real sorry for your loss," the officer told Elizabeth. Elizabeth requested for the couple's deceased dog to be cremated and buried with Arakawa. "If the dog was wearing a collar, could you save that for me?" In a previous statement, Hackman's daughters, Elizabeth and Leslie, and granddaughter Annie said, "He was loved and admired by millions around the world for his brilliant acting career, but to us he was always just Dad and Grandpa. We will miss him sorely, and are devastated by the loss."